Okay, we're in Book 2 of Beginning Rock Guitar, and this is Major Scale Theory, the sharp keys. And to talk about this, now what we're doing, if you look at the first page, and we're talking about sharp keys that only have sharps. Generally, a key will either have all sharps or all flats. And so I start out showing you the tetrachord in C. And if you looked at my harmony, major scale harmony 2 sheet, I show you the tetrachords. Like if I play with one finger, you can see the steps in the tetrachord. If you go 2 frets, that's a whole step. If you go 1 fret, that's a half step. So the tetrachords are from the starting note, whole step, half step. And then there's actually, well, let's not talk about that. But the next tetrachord is also the same exact pattern from this note, starting note, whole step, half step. I was going to say there is a whole step between the 2 tetrachords. So that's an extra whole step that we're not going to really worry about, because the main thing is to see that this pattern, and what I would suggest is practice it with first and third finger, shift your third finger, and play the fourth finger. And then you could go back down. And then the second tetrachord, we call that the dominant, because that's on the dominant tone G. So this is the C is the tonic. So this is the tonic tetrachord, and then the dominant. Now, what is important about that is that they are exactly the same pattern. They both have 2 whole steps and a half step. 2 whole steps and a half step. Now, if you're a bricklayer, you know that you've got a bunch of bricks, that one brick can replace the other because they're, in most houses, the same dimensions, the bricks. Occasionally you have a house that has different size bricks, but if you think of a standard brick, and think of that as your tetrachord. That's a brick. This is a brick. Another way to look at it, in music, we little groups of patterns of notes like that we call cells. So it's like a cell, that's identical. And if they're identical, then the second half of the C major scale, this G tetrachord, and I'm going to put it down an octave. This second tetrachord can become the first tetrachord of a new key of G. So this will be the first tetrachord of G. And then we put another brick on top of that, another cell starting on D. And then you have D, E, F sharp, G. Now, why is that F sharp? Why not just do D, E, F, G? Well, that would be the half step would be in the wrong place. So we want whole step, and to make this a whole step, we have to sharp the F, and then we have a half step from F sharp to G. So understand what we've done. In the key of C, we had 2 tetrachords, C, D, E, F, and then G, A, B, C. Now we're putting G, A, B, C down on the 6th string, G, A, B, C, down an octave, same notes, and then a new tetrachord, D, E, F sharp, G. Now to go into the next key, what do you think we're going to do? We're going to do the same procedure and start with D, E, F sharp, G, and then the new tetrachord is A, B, whole step makes C a C sharp to D. So C sharp is the new sharp, but we still kept the F sharp, so it's D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. So we're adding one sharp with each key by just putting another tetrachord on top of what was the second half of the previous key. So the second tetrachord, in other words, and you should take a blank sheet of paper, you can write out the key of C, right? C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So you have the tonic tetrachord and the dominant tetrachord. The tonic tetrachord starting on C and the dominant tetrachord starting on G. Now we take the G tetrachord and put it in the first tetrachord place, and now this is G, A, B, C, and then we have D, E, F sharp, G, and we move that over to this position, and we have D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. And then A, B, C sharp, D moves over, and we have A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. And that's 3 sharps in the key of A. And then there are 4 sharps in the next key, which is the key of E, the second tetrachord of the key of A. And it's really pretty simple. If you can write out the key of C, and what I would do is write out one tetrachord and then put a arch over it to mark it, or a bracket, and then do, like C, D, E, F, and then put a bracket, and then G, A, B, C, put a bracket. Now move G, A, B, C down under the key of C, and that's the new key of G. And then build that tetrachord, and try to remember now the new sharp, I don't know if you noticed, but the new sharp is the last note of the scale, actually, because when we did the second key of G, it was G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and then G is really the first tone again. So we only have 7 notes in the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the octave is really the same as 1. So the last tone of the scale is the new sharp. And then when you do the key of D, D, E, F sharp, G is the first tetrachord. And then A, B, C sharp, which is the 7th tone, is the new sharp. And then if we do A, B, C sharp, D, then it's E, F sharp, G sharp is the new sharp. That's the 7th tone. In the previous key, G was natural. And now G is sharped for the first time in the key of A. Okay? And then you go through all those keys, and I would write them out on a sheet of paper and just do the key of C, key of G, key of D with 2 sharps, key of A with 3 sharps, and learn this theory. This is really important, and it's so simple because you've got 2 identical bricks, and then you take one brick and put it in the position of the first brick and build another brick, put it in position. It's just, and then you sharp the 7th, and you can go from the key of C with no sharps to the key of C sharp with all 7 sharps. And that's where you would stop, at the key of C sharp. Because once you go beyond that, if you go to the key of G sharp, it's going to have double sharps, and we're not going to worry about that. That's kind of a thing that's on paper. It's a theoretical. Well, it's not theoretical. They do exist, but we're not going to worry about double sharps. Okay, so we're going from no sharps to all 7 notes sharped in the key of C sharp. That's 8 different keys that you're going through. And later on, we'll just play them all in a row. But right now, understand the theory, and that's what this is. Major scale theory 1, the sharp keys. Okay? So enjoy this, and I'll see you in the next lesson. like this video, subscribe to John Hedger Guitar Studio, and like my Facebook page, John Hedger Guitar Studio. Thank you.